Pantheon 2025, finally, hallelujah. This is Bill Brown. Bill, how you doing?
Good, how you doing, man?
Doing all right. I'm Kyle Bornton, the head of product marketing here at SmartAC.com. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Yep.
I think first and foremost, I don't think you need an introduction because I know who you are. I think everyone knows who you are, but why don't you quickly tell us all who you are and kind of what you're doing these days?
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm a former heating and air conditioning contractor. Had a HVAC business for 12 years in the state of Ohio. Sold it last year, moved to Florida. A couple of years ago, I started a Facebook group, ServiceTitan Hacks, because when we started with ServiceTitan, it was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So I had to create all these hacks and workarounds. And I figured I'd share those with other contractors. And now we have 9,200 contractors on the group.
Great.
And what happens is we end up passing a lot of, advice back and forth to each other about what kind of third-party products you can add to ServiceTitan and add in your business. And I love searching for those things. And like I used to do in my company, test them out and bring them to other contractors. So
I imagine you have people commenting, asking all these questions all the time, which I imagine you probably dig into and love to help.
Love it. I love it. I try everything. I try every piece of software, every technology, and including SmartAC when I had a company.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if I end up commenting on you and needing some help.
You got it,
I
man.
always need help.
I'm here to help. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The members help me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do know that you had used SmartAC at your former company before you started doing the ServiceTitan hacks. So how did you kind of fall into SmartAC.com originally?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we installed a lot of heating and air conditioning systems. And with that, we always included service after the sale. So we would do maintenance appointments. We sold memberships and we would include them. And the first couple of visits that we went to after we installed the system, usually there wasn't much to do. If we had done a great job, everything was working well. So it was expensive for us. And a lot of times customers would put those appointments off. And I said, I need some sort of technology that double checks the quality of our installation that would let us know if something was wrong so we don't have to go back and do all these truck rolls on new systems.
Right.
And a lot of times on these new systems, we also would have to kind of sell things to people, but they had already heard everything that we had to offer. Some of these systems, they had bought everything that we had, so it was just going through the motions. So I found SmartAC based upon your sensors and the monitoring, and I said, oh, now we'll be able to do these virtual visits, and customers liked them more, technicians liked them because they didn't love going on those new system tune-ups, and I loved them because we were able to keep more money and put our time during that season to other things.
And it doesn't require hefty installation, right? They're magnetic.
It was very easy.
Very easy.
Yeah.
And sensors, from what I understand in talking with you, they're not even the whole picture of what we would provide.
Right. I didn't even know that at first, that there was a lot of other stuff. I just started with the sensors and looked at that.
Right. We have the sensors. We have the homeowner app that's right behind us, which we can talk to in a little bit. But what was the number one thing that really just skyrocketed your business in using SmartAC.com?
I would say the number one thing was retention of customers.
Okay.
So we talk about customer acquisition cost, but we don't really talk a lot about customer lifetime value, right? Like, what is a customer worth the first appointment, the first time you go to them? In my company, on average, blended through all the even customers that was an $89 service fee, all the way to ones that the first time we met them spent 25 grand. It was about $1,100, our average overall. But after a year and a half, that went up to about 2,000. After 2.5 years, it was 3,000. So what we found was it was so important to retain customers. Well, how do we do it? It was memberships. We saw them twice a year, and believe it or not, 50% of our business year over year came from existing customers.
Wow.
Obviously the first year, second year, that wasn't a ton of money, right? But it was a ton for us. Right. And so every year we knew we had that predictable growth, and because we were able to keep them. And this really helped us keep them, especially having an app.
So it's a long-term game. Right?
It's a very long-term game.
It's not like, oh, we have sensors, everything's going to be solved now.
Right? I mean, I know you need and want money now, but a business is a long-term game.
Sure.
A brand's a long-term game. So that's what memberships are. It's not money now. It's it's basically planting a seed, a little seed, and watching it grow, and it grows into this big apple tree, and you can pick it when you need money the most, which is the off season, right?
I love that. That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's, you use SmartAC.com, you exited that business, you started ServiceTitan Hacks, we already talked about that. SmartAC also integrates with ServiceTitan, which is why a big reason why we're here.
Yeah.
So with SmartAC, with you doing your job, with ServiceTitan in general, what's kind of like your favorite integration or most important thing that you would kind of want to talk about, or hack, if you will?
I like you want me to go over what SmartAC in specific or just hacks overall?
Let's like leads and opportunities, right? Integrating with ServiceTitan for leads and opportunities.
Yeah, that's super important. So when there is an issue, the sensor will catch it.
Right.
When they need a replacement filter, which is always a pain to manage as a contractor.
Right.
I hated doing it. But I also hated going out to somebody's house and you're doing a tune-up and their filter's trashed. They don't have any other ones. And then what do? Send them to Home Depot?
Right.
That just seemed a little sloppy. So I really, really like the filters as like a customer service related thing. I never thought I was going to make tons of money from filters, right? But I loved it that we were able to take care of them for that. But then when there was issues, it would pop up on their phone and then they could reach out to us right away, because sometimes customers don't know who their HVAC contractor is. It's not top of mind. I mean, honestly.
And I agree with you, because I think like the filter ordering kind of goes under the radar, but it's a huge just nuisance, for lack of a better term, I would imagine, for the contractor, right? Like you have to get their dimensions. Then, like you said, you're going to send them to Home Depot or Lowe's, or, you know, like as opposed to just being able to do it all in the app. Right?
Yeah.
So
right.
And this is the homeowner app, which is right here, which has your filter life, if there's any leaks, your breakdown risk, your brand.
That's probably the most important part, is the brand, because literally what's the difference between one company and another, in my opinion, is the brand. Right. It really is. It's everything. And today it means more than anything, in my opinion. It's the brand. It's how a customer feels when they see this. Right. How do you make them feel? And like I said, I don't think that customers really, really know who their contractors are. It's a pretty short-term interaction that you have in the home, and that's it. Right. And then this is keeping that brand in front of them, which also would lead to referrals, right? 100%. And what I like about it is that now you guys have it where on the app, it's your logo, your company's logo, not SmartAC. And so I thought that was really impactful too.
And as a homeowner who literally just replaced their HVAC system, I can tell you, it would have been so much nicer to have an app just to open and schedule a service, or you know, do a remote chat, as opposed to having going back to Google, starting from scratch, reading reviews, getting a contract, the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
Which brings me to loyalty credits, which is another huge huge kind of benefit, right, of the system.
Yeah, so that's going to help with retention of customers too. Right. So as you're a member, you build up these loyalty credits that contractors decide how they want to have them build up and how the customer uses them. So it can be, what we did is we gave money towards a replacement system for how long you were a member, which was tough to track. That was tough to track internally for us. Right. So it was nice that it just did it in the app. Nice. Right.
That's smart too.
Yeah, for sure.
Because no one's going to leave money on the table, right? Homeowner, if they have a bunch of points accrued, they're going to use them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you should.
You can use them for services, mostly for us. You could use them for filters, but it just depends. And you guys, it's very high touch, your product, with the onboarding for you. So you help us set that up, help us build the marketing material and things like that, which is important because that's a lot of work for us to do. Right? And so whenever I was looking for a solution, I wanted it to be something that the third-party company worked with me a lot to get it done, and not just said, sign up, it's all on you to implement it. And when that happens, if it's not the world's easiest thing to implement, it's not going to work. Pay the subscription, you see it on the P&L, and you're like, what's this? Right. You just cancel it. So you guys are in a long-term game with your customers, and we're in a long-term game with ours. Right. Right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I know you're a busy man, so I'll just ask you one more question. What is one piece of advice you'd give to other contractors who are on the fence about SmartAC or any other kind of vendor?
I would say give them a call and do a demo with it. Yeah. That's what I would do. I would check it out, do a demo, and I would probably I like to start small with things, so I would probably start with the app. Yep. and get homeowners downloading the app, because studies have shown that people don't really delete apps from their phone. Once they download them, you're good. So you can give like a small incentive to download the app, $10 off this service, and then you are starting to build a relationship, because that's what this is. It's a relationship that's going to last. So I would just give them a call, book a demo, check it out, and see how they can help.
You heard it here first. The man, the myth, the legend, Bill Brown. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.